Hi, it's Joanne. Today we're going to talk about how to make the crown of a hat. And that's this part right up here. It's going to be flat until you stop increasing and then it will start to curl. And so there's a specific formula that you use, and it goes like this. It goes 2, 12, 24, 36, 48, etc. Let me show you how you accomplish that. Let me put my little written pattern in here. It might be a little hard to see, and I apologize. So the 4, you chain 4 and then you join it. And then you chain 3 and do 11 double crochets into the center of the ring. The next one, you're going to do 24, and that's going to be chain 3, 1 double crochet at the base of the chain 3, and then 2 double crochet in each stitch around, each of this 12 stitches around. So it comes up to a total of 24. So the next one would be chain 3, 1 double crochet into the base of the chain 3, and then you're going to do, this is where it's going to expand it without putting too many stitches in it. So then you're going to do a pattern of 1 double crochet, let's see, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 2 double crochet, next stitch, 1 double crochet, next stitch, 2, next stitch, 1, next stitch, 2, all the way around. And you will end up with a total of 36 stitches. Now if you go into a 4th row, and sometimes 5th and 6th, it just depends on how big you want to make it. But if you go into a 4th row, then you're going to add to the number of single double crochets nested between the 2 double crochets. So you start out with a chain 3, and then you do 1 double crochet at the base of the chain 3. Next stitch you do 1 double crochet, next stitch 1 double crochet, the next stitch you put 2 double crochets in, and then the next stitch 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So are you picking up the ribbon on that? It's 1, 1, and then 2, 1, 1, and then 2. So in order to continue on with this, if you had the next row, you would always start with doing your chain 3 and 1 double crochet at the base of the chain 3. And so the next one, instead of 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, then you're going to do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 more double crochet, and then the 2 double crochets. So then it would be 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so let me give you an example of how that looks in a bulky yarn. So right here, I've done the 12 double crochet into the circle, and then I started the next one, which is the chain 3 and the double crochet at the base of that stitch, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. And you can see from the yarn that I used for the hat here, this is worsted weight, this is bulky weight yarn right here. You could see it's not going to take as many rows to complete the top, maybe 2 more rows, but it's the same thing, same formula that you would use for any size, any weight yarn. This one right here is lighter weight. I'd say this is about a 2. Some yarn that I got in Peru. It was really fun. They had some great colors. So here's the one where I did the 12 double crochet into the center, and then I did 2 double crochet into each of those stitches. Now I'm on the next row, and I do a chain 3 and then a double crochet into the base of the chain, and this is where we start our expansion. So the next one is a single double crochet, the next one 2 double crochets. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there you go. So there's 1, and there's 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. So that means that my next stitch is going to be 2 double crochets in that spot right there. And what the additional single 1 double crochet does is it expands it so that the piece lays flat. So if you're making a coaster or a placemat or anything that you want to make it flat, you would use this formula. Now, for making water bottle holders, you would do the same thing. I like to make my water bottle holders in cotton because cotton absorbs the moisture. And so you would do as many rounds as needed to get the base of the water bottle, the size. Let's take this one, and let's back the camera up a little bit. So this looks like this third row is going to be the last row needed to cover the bottom of the water bottle. Okay, so a tip that I'm going to give you for when you do the chain 3 and you come back around, sometimes it's hard to find that third stitch in the chain 3. So let's do this. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And before you move on, you're going to take that loop right there and you're going to put a stitch marker into it. Okay. That way, when you come back around here and you're ready to join them, all you have to do is pull this up and you know that that's the stitch you're going to join it with. Let me give you an example of that. Okay, so here we've gone completely around, and I've built in some a mistake so we can see how to find those mistakes later. Okay, so remember I marked that chain 3 stitch right there. So now you can find it, and all you have to do is just slip stitch to join that like that. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit so you can see. Okay, now this is curling up like a bowl. The reason it does that is because I don't have enough stitches in this row. And let's see, how could that have happened? Let's go around here. Let's see, it's a little messy, but here's those 2. Here's 2 in that stitch, 2 in that, 2 in that one, 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 2 in that one. Oops, there's only 1 in that one. See how easy it is to find it? If you pull the stitches open, you can see that there's 2 stitches in here and that there's only 1 right there. So I would need to back it out and add another stitch there. Now another thing, we want to make sure we have the correct number of stitches, because if we haven't done the correct number of stitches down here, then we won't have the correct number of stitches up here. So let's count this. So this is 2, 4, we'll pretend I'm going to fix that, so that I'll make that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, right there. So we do have the correct number of stitches except for that one that I left out. Where is it? It's that one right there. Okay. Sorry about that. Haven't eaten my Wheaties today, I guess. Okay. And another one in that same spot. And another 2 in this spot. And now we join it to that loop right there that we marked. See how that lays flatter now? Sometimes it needs a little assistance to relax and unwind, stuff like that. So that is how you make the crown of a hat. And just remember, these numbers start with a chain of 4, and then do chain 3, 11 double crochet into the center. The next one you do chain 3 and a double crochet at the base of the chain 3, and then 2 double crochet in each stitches around. And the next one is where you're going to start to expand and open it up. So you do chain 3, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2, and then 1, and then 2. So you're going to alternate them. And then for the next round, chain 3, 1 double crochet, and then 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochet. So you've got 3 stitches right here, the first 3 stitches in your circle. First one's going to add a single, and then a double. And then you're going to repeat that all the way around. So you'll do another single, single, double, double, etc. So I hope this helps you to understand how to make the top of the hat so that it goes around the crown. It looks flat right now, but once you stop doing the increasing and you start doing the sides, let's see, you can see that it comes down and forms a hat. We'll talk about that another time. Here is an example of the same thing, only in single crochet instead of double crochet. You can also do it in half double crochet, and then you can move on to adding designs like shell stitches and bobbles and stuff like that. This one happens to be a cloche, and a cloche is the French word for bell. So it's supposed to be shaped like a bell. And it's most commonly known as like a sun hat, only this is a cloche. The brim isn't as big as for just a regular cloche. It'll give you a little bit of shade over your eyes, and it won't be floppy and stuff like that. So, and it's real fun to wear these. Just flop them right on. Don't be afraid to do single crochet. It seems like it'll take longer, but it makes a much firmer, sturdier fabric. So it always depends on what you want the outcome to be. Do you want your hat to be tight, lacy, drapey, full of surprises? It just depends on which stitch you use, which size hook you use, and the different elements that you put into it. For me, before I make a hat or anything, I like to know the why. Why do we have to do certain things? And why do we have to do it in a certain sequence? And how can I take that knowledge and put it into something that I want to design? And don't let the word design scare you. Design just means that you're putting your own touches on it. So we could go along here and then all of a sudden add like baubles, or you could do some shell stitches in here. A lot of different things to make it your own. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful, and we'll talk later.